1962 Ford Thunderbird. A lot of times when you think of a Thunderbird, you think of the 55 to 57s. This was also a short-lived generation, 61 to 63, but it also evokes the classic Thunderbird futuristic, if you want to call it that, styling. That's been a hallmark of the model for most of its life. I mean, the 70s are an exception for a lot of cars, like the Mustang, for example. But overall, when you think Thunderbird, you know, this is probably what you think about in your head. Looks like a rocket. And in the 60s, Ford did have that twin tail light rocket look on the Galaxies and other models. This car is owned by a guy who just bought it relatively recently, maybe a couple of years he's owned it, and it hasn't had a whole lot of running and driving activity in that time, so it's time to dust it off and get it out driving. This car is a 390 car, the 4-barrel model, Y code. I don't have my notes in front of me. I'm kind of out here in the field just doing a quick video, and we will drive this car. I'm probably going to split it into 2 videos, but we're going to do it, you know, right now. Here we go. 2Y. So Y, I think, is Missouri, Wixom, Missouri assembly plant. 83 is Landau top. Z code would be the engine. 300 horsepower, 4-barrel 390. Let's get a quick look at that, and then we'll go for more interior. Pretty clean example. Now this car is really stock, which is nice, and it's had some attention paid to the detail work. You know, a little rattle can here and there always makes them look better. Power brakes, see that? Air conditioning, although it's not up at the moment. Let's get a look at this interior. Now, this is a personal luxury coupe, of course, and you get a lot. Look, it's 1962. You got yourself power windows, power seat. See that? Even works. You got a killer gauge cluster. Look at that. Beautiful. And kind of this retro spaceship. Well, I guess it wasn't retro then. It's retro now. The retro spaceship kind of interior, but also, you know, personal luxury. So you see how this, you know, wraps around just the passenger and how it just wraps around the driver. Turned into the back seats as well. You know, maybe even almost a 2+2, except, you know, it is big. Nice clean headliner in this car. I mean, it's really a nice example. A few things, the radio doesn't work, and we might, what else? Probably the carburetor could use a little cleaning out, or just some driving, just because it's been sitting. But we got Landau top. Take a look underneath. This car, I think it might have lowering blocks. It's pretty low. It looks like the shocks are relatively new. That's a lowering block, right? Can you see it in the video here? There's one. There it is. Anyways, except for that, I think the car is pretty much stock. They didn't use these in the NASCAR. I think the 61 they did in NASCAR, and then Ford went back to like the full-size model. Let's take a look at the trunk here real quick before we go for our drive. Big trunk. Move your little bird out of the way. Big, but not deep trunk. I think the gas tank probably takes up a lot of room with that, But you know, plenty of storage for your weekend getaway, which is probably good for something like that. Just a really clean stock example. So stay tuned for the next video, which we're about to make right now, but I think I'll split this up in two, POV drive. But that's your walk around and comments. 1962 Ford Thunderbird, 300 horsepower, 390. Many power options: windows, seat, air conditioning, power steering, power brakes. So, you know, right off the showroom floor, this was a good one. This was a really nice car, still is today. Oh, another, you know, little design element here before we go. These door handles are cool. See that? So it's actually part of the trim. Sometimes, you know, someone not familiar with the car might have to do a double take and, but how do I? So that's kind of cool. So yeah, 1962 Ford Thunderbird. Thanks for watching.